got so many of them, bro.
God, dude. Hey, I had that many chips and got heads up and lost them all. No. Just remember that.
Well, that's not that bad.
Can you break this for me again?
Here,
We'll be getting underway momentarily.
No, it wasn't me. That's the top, Bobby.
Why are you so anxious? Why don't you just put the 1,000 out there pretty big? Why don't
Really? Really? Bob? Really, Bob?
Yeah, 1,600 Paul? Getting there. 17? Minus 8.
How are you guys in the studio?
Ready to go.
So you're finding out, right?
Everything recording, Chris?
Oh, wait.
Bobby?
You know,
He's back.
I had a lot of respect for you. But, when you're jamming on someone that's got, one arm left in their hand, I don't understand.
That's the point of the game.
Huh?
What, am I supposed to fold unless you continue to have
You know I'm all in.
I know.
You already know.
I know. So what do you, what's,
Your mic's not on.
we both know. I'm not saying anything.
Good call.
Statement.
Welcome everybody back to episode 5, season 4 of Chase the Bracelet. We have Ed with 24,000 in chips, followed by Robert with 13,500, Mark with 7,900, Bobby with 7,300, and Paul with 1,600.
I'm good.
There you go. It's a stack of someone that's just not as lucky as you.
That's right. No, that's right.
Paul exclaiming luck still.
Big ass stack.
First act will be Ed.
What are the blinds, Tony?
Blinds are 400, 800.
Yeah, and you're lucky.
I wasn't worried.
And you're lucky you folded ace jack to me, saying that
You see B Million with an ace jack off. See if he ships it here.
Paul with half his stack in the big blind.
Mark all in. Bobby B Million all in.
We have 2 all-ins.
79, 73, all in. 79, 73.
Maybe that was
Action on Robert.
Mark's got the 79.
I have less. I have 73.
Good luck, everybody, but Bobby. Good luck, Ed.
Thanks.
No problem. Did I muck your cards already?
I think the happiest person in this race right now is Paul. Paul just hoping that Robert calls and takes them both out.
I'm betting if Rob calls, Paul will fold with half his stack in the big blind.
Robert has to know he's in a race here. It's definitely not so easy when you don't have aces.
I'll fold.
I think I ran into it.
No.
Moskowitz folds also.
I was counting on them both having big fucking cards. I just didn't. I just couldn't. I know. I just couldn't pull a trigger with both of them in here. God damn it.
Whoa!
We may have children watching. We apologize for the profanity.
Sorry.
Yeah, triple A.
I thought for sure you were.
I so wanted to with both of them.
Leaves Mark with 600 in chips.
I know you were.
What did you have?
I have
I just folded 800. What did you have? You had the winner, didn't you?
You had Jack 8. You had Jack 8. I think you would have caught your 8.
Six.
No, I didn't have an 8.
Oh, it wasn't an 8?
I had Jack 6. I had like a Jack.
You must have your hand.
All right.
Huh?
You had the winner.
I didn't have Jack 8.
I'm sure you did. He said he saw it.
No, it might have been
It was
a
Jack 6. He was dominated by both those hands.
Okay.
Fucking quiet.
He wouldn't have caught the 6 then, would he?
I'm trying to tell you.
Mark would have beat him, and then Mark had ace
Are
6.
you all in
So
on in the dark?
Got it.
Mark
picks up
300
aces this
chips.
hand.
Mark all in for 6.
Oh, 600.
I'm gonna get out of your way.
Robert with 5s here. Mark looking to triple up. Quadruple after Robert makes his draw.
Robert calls. Blinds are 400, 800, so that's an 800 call.
I think Paul's thinking of his ace-4 if he should see another hand here. If he's hoping that Mark goes out just for the place and the points.
That's
all he's playing
Paul
for.
folded the small blind and he has 300 behind.
No, I
With a
that
very
was all,
smart play
that was
for the
all
points,
position.
Paul
That's
folds.
That was
Agreed.
all position, though.
No, I
Ed's
understand.
card
It's-
are still in.
anything else.
Robert checks.
It was all position, though.
Ed checks. 8 of diamonds on the turn. Players check. Another diamond.
I get a 10.
And Mark
I had 5.
triples up.
Aces.
What a time to get into this.
Mark actually
I
quadruples up
have no idea why I shoved.
to 1,200. No,
79.
24.
Yeah, what did I?
A little less, 22.
I had an ace, too. Well, that didn't go according to plan. How did you get aces again? That's not fair.
You could've-
How come I didn't get aces?
Well, you can't raise.
I should have. Yeah. I should just folded it there.
Yeah, you still need to do it.
Gotta be
Smart to hold that to it.
Oh,
That's Bobby's. That's Bobby's. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'll go home.
Mark with 7s here.
See if he pushes again.
Paul with ace jack.
I think we're going to see Paul come into his last amount of chips here.
400.
Paul
There you go,
all in
Bobby,
for
you
400.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm at risk.
Punish him. Punish him.
Good luck, Paul.
Bad luck, Paul. I mean, good luck. I'm kidding. Good luck.
I know.
I hope you glad that much this game. And then
Mark should shove here.
Mark checks.
And he checks.
He's playing for the points here also.
Oh, I thought you were
Well,
asking.
I was wrong.
I thought you were requesting.
I think I just had it.
Triple
Both
up.
players check. Both players check.
And Paul will take it all.
Okay.
I have the jack.
Sevens.
Paul will take his whole pot. How about that, smart ass?
love
No,
it.
actually, Mark makes.
Just the main pot.
Yeah.
His whole pot.
Fun's good.
His whole pot, yes.
How many dealers are there?
How many dealers?
How many do you have? Just one. Chris is dealer.
Chris is commentating,
I don't
so he
think
gets to
knows
talk
that.
about the hand and say whatever he wants. One must remember that.
I'm kidding. Won't say anything bad about me.
Yeah, you saw him go after that paparazzi, Chris. You don't want him coming in the booth.
Yeah, it does seem to be game 2. We had some dealer that would expose many cards during the entire game.
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, man. Don't get sticky there.
I'm trying.
Eight. Call.
Oh, what was that? Wait, was that a wanted to be raised, but then realized he didn't raise?
I meant to say, is it 8?
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. 'Cause mean,
Folds over to Mark. Mark
Check
folds
it.
the small blind. Bobby checks his
okay,
option.
we'll let this go. Check it.
16.
Robert, bottom pair.
Yeah. Some check.
I think Mark's going to look back and regret jamming with that ace 7. There with like
I'm
10
going
big
after the next.
blinds.
Next
I
order.
think he needed
Next
to make
order.
that big a bet there.
I may be gone. Right?
Good in this act.
Nope. Not this hand.
Paul folds.
Let him live.
Action on Ed. He folds. Mark folds.
Walk
$1
it.
million with the action.
Bobby gives a walk to
There's
Robert.
so much.
Bobby gives up to king 9.
I was raising some. It was big enough. Big enough.
I think I had to beat that. I actually folded for no reason there. I came out.
Yeah, you're a king beat. Yeah, it's king.
I don't know
It was
why.
worth playing.
I don't know why I fold there. Just like with these, it's like, oh, yeah,
Bobby questioning his play.
folding this.
Action on Ed to act first.
Well, we'll see Mark get it in here. only one that might call is Paul.
Punish him.
Mark calls 800.
Mark just called.
Wow.
I'd love to see Robert make a play here.
Robert calls 800.
Against 2 short stacks, he has enough money. Kind of turn into a bully.
Fold it over to Mark. Mark checks.
Very odd how Mark played that hand.
Mark all in.
How much? 1,000.
Mark all in for 1,000.
Rob with
Robert calls.
bottom pair calls. Or, I'm sorry, third pair.
Chris
I'm now at a point where I want to entertain
Paul
you,
Moskowitz.
Bobby.
Folded.
Said the 7. Good hand.
2 of spades on the river gives it to Mark.
Stay alive, dude.
Man, why do you keep getting soft on him?
Because he only had nice for you.
He didn't raise, so I just went.
Well, let's talk about soft.
Paul's
All in
committed
blind.
into a small blind here.
Soft and limp.
I tried
First
to
act will be Mark.
get one spot ahead of Mark there, but he's just
8
not
minutes, 20
going
seconds
away.
left in the blinds.
Mark with an ace,
hard.
with Paul all in the small
Not getting
blind.
tired.
Let's see what he does here. He folds.
Mark fold.
Paul's hand sits
Yeah.
pretty well.
Call Ed folds.
I raise.
Roll them, guys.
I'm on a raise.
King 4, 10
I'm
6.
raised. I'm dead.
I made money.
I'm
You
dead.
made money. Save 400 to call him all in.
Got some spades in that deck.
Ooh. That's good for you. You got that
Jack,
back.
spade.
There's your spade. Now,
What do you
2
want?
more,
6?
you're golden.
2 more cards.
Oh.
Chop it up.
King wins. I can't fall.
The river
Well
itself
played,
did not show on that.
Paul doubles up.
Here, let me tell you how I did it.
Paul has 800.
I can't wait to hear that play-by-play in the booth. Moskowitz with a stunning move.
Do you guys know how much pain I'm in right now?
Yeah.
Do you have any clue?
You, Bobby's the one sitting on a horseshoe.
I hope that. I hope that you.
What do
you
you
get sucked
hope?
out when you get it all when you do it.
Action on Bobby.
Like, I hope you get
I already got sucked. You already sucked me out.
4,000.
Oh, what?
Raised to 4,000 by Robert.
What now?
Rob,
I hope that you
Jack
get it
10.
with aces and somebody has like has to call you with like 2, 3 and
Makes it
comes up.
You think I've never felt that one before?
Everybody folds.
I've been so nasty you were all in and you won.
I think that bigger raise is just so suspicious.
No, I still think the worst one was the one I had against you on game 2.
I don't remember.
Your jack 3. You shoved your jack 3. I'll remind you. You shoved your
Never
jack 3
forgets
against
a
my
losing
ace
hand.
king and 2 3s at the bottom.
Robert
That
tags
one-
first.
Yep.
That was
So
my
you should
that was
ask
heads
Paul
up,
about the
right?
last
Yeah,
game.
I had him
Just to see
covered,
him
too.
Stutter for the words.
Oh, the 3 diamonds.
What do you
Speaking of
do?
three.
Wow, I could turn it over. for all
3 of diamonds
This is
exposed.
my ball.
Paul with 8. He's
No, I
got,
didn't take it, but it's funny that you're
he'll
missing.
get it in here.
Paul's missing one of his balls.
I think Bobby's.
Oh, I packed it up when I thought
Oh my god, hang on, he pulls his ball out of his pocket and don't touch me or any of my stuff.
I feel like that's
Action is on
Did we
Robert.
see this episode once with
That's a tell
Marco?
that he's going all in.
Moskowitz all in for 800.
Didn't we see this once with Marco?
I'm thinking about it, I don't know.
Are you upset that I went all in?
No, not at all.
He's upset you went all in with only one ball.
Mark calls.
All right.
See what Bobby does
I'll
here.
check it.
Yeah.
Robert checks
Bobby's
his,
gonna
or
check.
Good luck,
Bobby
Paul.
checks his options.
Definitely playing for the
Time
elimination.
for something new.
There's your 7-3.
Mark hits a
Mark
10.
Top pair. Got shot for Bobby.
Show him the king 10.
And Mark wins it with the 10-5.
Yep.
Good
Good hand, Paul.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
I think you're calling it.
Paul out in 5th place for game number 5, season 4, Chase the Bracelet.
Or here's the poker after dark. We're still home. Line it up. He was like,
It's a classic episode of Poker After Dark that Bobby's talking
I'm
about.
gonna anyway. I'm just gonna blind away. And he was like so mad. He just sat there and he literally like went. He never had a hand, and he like, kept letting people steal his blind.
Phil Locke and Antonio Esfandiari just beat up Phil Hellmuth in an episode of that. Well, Paul, playing for the points didn't work out for you, did it?
I got the worst luck on the planet.
I'll let you do it.
I've convinced
I'm
myself.
I'm not too sure about that.
I mean, you did, however, make a lot of great folds to try and get points. It just never worked out for you.
Mark that first.
Yeah, I mean, I just needed to move up one spot, and there were several opportunities to do that, and Robert could have knocked out two players in that one hand. I could have gotten the money at that point, but the painful hand was my nines against Bobby.
Absolutely.
That's the one that put the hurt on me, and I actually thought about folding it because I actually my history with Bobby is I very seldom have luck against him, and that
Robert
just
all in.
demonstrated it again that he can just draw out better on me.
See Robert with the ball here.
He was getting ready to stand up.
Robert takes it out.
Quick, so I don't think it was aces. Sure, it's better when I am. It's like ace king.
But Ed's very happy with his chip stack and is very content on
No, because I only had 4 on it.
going for the ride.
Ed's been playing fairly well tonight.
Has he? I haven't seen him in a lot of hands. But
Action on Bobby.
Roberts made some really good calls. I wish there was one more that he would have made when he had the what did he have?
When
Nines?
he had nines against the
Against the two all-ins. But maybe him seeing my nines get beat. Maybe.
I was real surprised there because he had called some with some weak hands early.
And he still had a monster chip stack.
Well, he was flopping a whole bunch. He was calling with some junk and just kept hitting everything. Bobby with the straight and flush draw.
Mark checks.
Bobby with a huge hand here.
Bobby checks. Mark checks.
I don't think Bobby's going to check again.
1,000 bet by Bobby.
Mark with actually the best hand,
You can't feel that ace high is good, though.
Rabbit.
Wait, gotta stop looking at your cards.
Oh, my bad. Can you release the
I mean, not only did that big hand with Bobby, cripple me, but I was just really sorry that he got chips.
Bobby hoping that he can see his straight flush come up.
The one hand against Bobby that you shouldn't have folded was your ace jack.
Yeah, I knew it, but
If Bobby were to know it was the queen
Again,
of clubs, he'd be quite
but
upset.
He
for
absolutely had you crushed. It is queen.
oh, did he? Oh, Ed's got. Oh, all right.
folding. You see
Bobby's pushing. He's shoving here.
Bobby has about 13,000. Mark has just over 2,000.
I'm very curious to see what Ed does here.
Robert
Does
has
he go like
13,400.
3x on this,
Ed has.
or does he go bigger?
It doesn't matter. Bobby's getting it in no matter what he raises.
22.
I don't know. Maybe
Raise
not.
to 2,200.
I think he wants Mark to go
I
out.
think with 13,000 chips, Bobby can
Mark folded.
just make a call here. And that's if he wants to see the flop.
I was all in.
Bobby
Yeah,
announces
Bobby
all
doesn't
in.
care about points.
He just
Call.
shoved it,
Yeah, Bobby doesn't care about points.
and he snapped. Ed snapped calls.
Ace King versus Queens.
55% for Ed to win here.
Ed got up first too.
Let's see if
Good luck, Ed.
Bobby's
I don't like that.
This is your classic race. And
Ace
an
on the
ace in a
flop.
window.
That's how Bobby rolls. That is how Bobby rolls.
13,000.
And Bobby doubles up with an ace king.
I've never seen anyone draw it better. I really don't.
Sorry, team kids. What are we at? $5 grand?
5 1,000, yes.
Put the road chip on.
With what?
I was gonna say put the road
What?
chip out there, but the line so you can get that.
I know a lot of things, even though I don't act or look like I do. I'm like eyes in the back of my head.
Mark gonna get it all in here.
Mark all in for 2,400.
14 to
Rob might make the call with 9-10 off.
How much
there.
does Mark
14
have?
more.
14 over top.
1,400?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Robert calls.
Yeah, Robert calls that.
Ace Jack versus 9-10.
This is where Robert has been running good all night. Every time he gets it in like this, it seems like he wins.
I mean, I don't
I don't know.
know.
It seems like Mark's been hitting though too.
Oh, yeah, Ross. Not Ross.
No, he did hit his 10.
And Mark doubles up.
Mark, runner for Jacksonville.
It's got to be disheartening for Robert. Robert has tried at least 3 or 4 times to get Mark out, and he can't do it.
And the one time he didn't do it,
He
he
would have.
actually had a hand he should have done it.
Yeah, Robert, I wanted you to pull the trigger on that hand. That puts me in the moolah and the points.
Mark Jack first.
If I have to be self-serving about it, of course.
Of course.
Oh, here we go.
Bobby with 6s.
All right, this will be good.
I think Bobby at this point has more chips than Robert.
Yeah.
Bobby announces all in. And
All
a call
in
by Robert.
and a
Robert calls all in.
call.
Ed folds.
Let's see how Bobby runs on the other side of the race.
Oh,
I need to get more Bobby, sorry.
800?
No, Mark's rooting for B Million there.
Six is holding.
King. Yeah. Robert's been runner tonight.
Say,
I said fucking justice.
Justice for what?
Because you and Mark should both.
A well-placed horseshoe for Robert
Justice,
there.
because he misplayed a hand.
Yes.
My 9s.
Justice for
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
the fact that I didn't call when I should have.
Usually justice is when you take a bad beat, not when you misplay a hand.
Right?
So what's that leave Bobby with?
he's got about 13,000,
Yeah, buddy.
18,000.
Bobby had a big
Yeah,
so-
he had big lines and he had this.
All right,
Mark
so
that
we still
box.
got the chirping chips.
Rob has
Look at
about
this. God,
25.
Try it again.
Ed
this
with
could be
5.
4-way.
Raise 2.
Raise to
Mark's
2,000 by Bobby.
And then Mark's never going Jack Queen here. And then
Call by Newman.
Call by Newman.
Newman with his ace rag.
A lot of
again.
calls here might entice some action.
He makes so many calls with
Ed
ace
folds.
rag.
What did I just fold?
It folds pocket fives.
This might price Mark into calling now.
Mark
yeah.
calls 2,000. 3 players.
And Mark flopping top pair gets it all in.
Mark goes all in.
33.
Newman's got the flush draw. Depending on the chip count, might.
Oh,
make
he's
the call.
calling.
Oh, okay.
Mark's all in.
I'm not sure what the chip count
Yeah,
is.
it doesn't matter. He's calling.
Yeah.
He'll never pull that.
Actions on Bobby.
Does Bobby make the call or no?
He might.
Just because he's at risk.
I think it's a big portion of Bobby's stack.
No.
Bobby
Okay.
folds.
All right.
For 3,300, Robert can afford it at this point.
Robert acting like he might fold. There's no way in the world he's folding.
11 outs.
Yeah.
Robert calls.
Ace king.
Okay.
Nice. I was wondering-
Turn in the river. Robert's favorite cards tonight.
I had ace king. Give it a shot.
Queen of diamonds. 8 of spades.
Looks like the Mark survives
stays again.
Oh my gosh.
I think somebody else might need to try and take Mark out this evening.
Oh my
You notice
goodness.
when Mark wins a hand, he doesn't jump up and scream justice.
Justice.
All right, well, it's been fun. It's hard for me to watch everyone that's luckier than me. So,
By luckier, you mean that it plays better?
no, I thought I played pretty good tonight, actually.
How'd that
Just
work out for
kidding,
you?
Paul.
It didn't go well for me tonight.
Bobby with the walk.
Double down. Why can't I hold those sixes?
11 minutes, 11 seconds left in the blinds. Blinds are 500, 1,000.
Beautiful. Alright, hold one time.
Rob with ace rag. See what happens here. There's not much in front of him now. He's probably going to get a walk.
Rare walk.
Robert gets a walk.
Because I understand. ICM, man. So your ICM. That's why.
What you're on right now?
It's a very important mathematical solution.
Mark Dack first.
Mark with jack 9.
God, look
off.
at all the jacks in play. Four-handed, and it's like 2 people have jack 3.
Robert calls. Ed checks his option.
And a
Ed flop
jack.
stop pair.
Jack on the flop.
I believe that's
Ed
the
went
case,
all in.
Jack.
Robert folded.
3 jacks already in play, and the jack gets it. And Rob, he just got to see it for the big blind. No pre-flop raise.
First to act is Bobby V. Million.
Rob with 10-3. Ed with an ace-3 in the small blind. Let's see if he raises it here.
Ed all in.
Yeah, he's playing.
Not just
He
raising,
plays in big stack poker there against a short stack.
Is Ed still chip leader?
Ed has about 7,000.
So Robert is chip leader.
65.
No, I thought Ed had a lot.
Chip leader by 3 to 1. 2 to
Who's
1.
chip leader?
2 to 1.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby's chip leader?
No.
Robert.
Oh, Robert?
Chip leader by
Oh.
5. Big line.
So the 3 of them are pretty close, though?
No.
Robert to act first.
Robert's
Okay.
significant.
Rob and Bobby. Ed with the ace-6 of spades.
Mark with a king-queen here.
Ed all in.
Mark was wanting to do that.
Yeah,
73.
he's not going to call.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did here. You can't wait for too many more better hands than king-queen.
Yeah, but I think he definitely puts that on an ace
No, not necessarily.
or a pair.
You're always the worst case scenario. Always.
I mean, you've been watching. I don't think Ed will shove with nothing.
I don't think he will
No,
either.
there's
But,
no reason at this point to shove with nothing.
Right.
but king queen is four-handed is a big hand. It was a good lay down, but I wouldn't have been. I said I wouldn't have been surprised if he made the call.
Card doesn't clear.
Can you reset it from there?
Do it up here. Okay.
Yeah, that's showing Ed to act first. Ed is all in.
88.
Ed all in with the best hand.
All players fold.
Good lay down.
Closer than I thought.
Ed showed King Jack offsuit.
See, Ed's capable of shoving with less than King Queen.
Hey, isn't that what he just had?
No, he had
King Jack?
King Jack
Yeah.
there.
We're out
You
14.
said Mark would never call because he wouldn't shove with less than King Queen, and he just did.
You have Ed with a suited card.
55.
Raised to 5,500 by Robert Miller. Ed folds.
That's what I'm talking about.
Button moves. B million to act first.
Ready? Two to go now.
Raised to 2,000 by B million.
What was the hand that crippled suited Dan against Bobby? He had an ace. Dan had an ace.
An ace 9 versus a queen 10. Bobby got there on the river.
Bobby River to gut shot.
Mark calls.
Mark calls there with King 5.
Bobby was betting it out, so had he not hit the straight,
Bobby flops top pair.
Mark checks. 2,000 bet by Bobby.
Dan made a good fold on the river.
70%
I think he had over 2,000 miles. About 2/3. That pretty much
Bobby
did it.
got there.
Yeah.
I mean, he got there. I mean,
He did, in fact, get there.
he has the knack.
He even called Dan's check raise on the flop.
Mark calls. Bobby checks.
Mark flops second pair. Bobby flops a gut shot draw.
1,000 bet by Mark. Bobby folds.
This is a battle. Everybody's like right on that cup. Going back and forth.
Nobody wants to go out fourth.
Trying to deal some coolers.
Nobody wanted to go out fifth either.
Oh, I find that hard to believe, Paul. I thought you
I did
did.
ogle because I just got stuck on
Ed to act first.
Ed with ace 9, Bobby with 4s. We might see an all in and a call here.
Ed is all in.
88.
8,800.
Bobby knows that he has to win one of these races sooner or
Yeah,
later.
I'd be very surprised if he folded. Yeah.
Shows the fours.
Pocket fours versus ace nine.
So you going to him? You don't want me to win?
Your points leader.
Then I'm still in.
God.
Oh, Jesus.
Bobby
I'm
flops
gonna-
a set of fours.
I'm going to be sick. I'm just going to be sick. Bobby, he's got the horseshoe.
Ed out in fourth place.
He hits like no other.
He had the best hand.
Huh?
He had the best hand.
Well,
Don't
he
talk
did
to
have
him.
the best hand going in.
Yeah, he didn't
but,
have to hit.
Yes, he did not need that
But-
four to win the hand.
But if it was the other way around, he hits the ace with nine. Just
Honestly, for the
I think you should still be mad at Robert for not calling with his nines. Don't blame Bobby.
I mean,
It's not right. Push that button, please. Okay, push that card. Push that card. Push that card.
Hi.
Push the
Welcome.
card.
You're in here a lot sooner than I thought you'd be. There you go.
Ed, welcome.
Yeah, Mark.
The way you were running there and playing, I thought for sure you were not going to be in here. I thought you were.
Bobby, your suck out king.
Yeah.
Mark is all in.
Suck out that much. And he complains one guy sucks out on him. Really?
That's pretty much how he rolls.
Can't beat luck. Yes.
Yeah, coin flip. You got to win them coin flips.
You absolutely. I mean, Bobby's been involved in a few races tonight, and there's no way that he could lose every one of them. Mathematically, it's kind of low. The percentage just isn't there to lose everything.
Well, no.
Robert
I
Tack
lost
first.
more than my fair share.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That one was brutal though.
Yes. Queens against ace king was.
But you won that big one against him early with the queens versus ace queen when he called you all in. Or
Mark
jacks,
Jack first.
I'm sorry. You had jacks
I had
early.
jacks,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he called you all in.
Yeah. I was ahead that time too, but I held up.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You won that one, and he won the next one.
yeah.
Not the ones I can do.
No, you got it in good. That's all you can do. That kind of hand just plays itself.
Typically.
And last one, he has to spike the four right up to bat. So
Right.
I just walk out now. It's done.
I don't like that.
The other card is a 6 or a 9.
It's the way the night rolled for me. I was rolling good there, and then it just took a dive.
2,000 bet by Bobby.
I should have known when I get those queens. I should have just
Robert all in.
blinded myself out. Wait, well, I was going to lose anyways. Could have just dragged it out longer.
Pretty happy.
All players fold.
Gonna win again.
I still have 25,000.
Blinds are up 6-12. It looks like a pretty close tie between. Well,
Robin.
tell you, Mark doesn't have that. He's doing pretty good.
Mark's back. Rob has.
I have 20,500.
I have 23,000.
2043, that means Mark probably has around 17.
It doesn't look like that
I
much.
think Mark will be getting it in here with his ace.
Looks like about 9,000-10,000.
Like to know exactly now.
I had to do an ace, huh?
Yeah, depending on how they finish here.
Mark Dack first.
Those two will be in the first and second spots, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they're going to be first and second.
Expect Robert to push here.
Mark calls 1,200.
5 street.
Just going to call.
Robert raises to 5,000.
Yep.
Mark calls.
Yeah, I thought Mark raised.
No, Mark just called.
Robert all in.
Mark with a gunshot here.
I think Mark's going to fold here.
Mark folds.
Nice hand. Nice hand.
Rob's been running so good tonight. Every time he's in the hand, he flops top pair. It seems.
As much fun as this been getting my butt kicked, I think I'm going to go home.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Bobby to act first. 15 minutes, 15 seconds left in the blind.
Home.
Oh, 6. Half more.
Mark's going to ship it here.
Mark all in.
46 more.
4,600 more for Robert to call. Robert folds.
See, in a position like that, to me, if you absolutely want to call, you should be ready to put it all in against a play of that short.
If you're going to limp in, you got to expect him to move all.
It is absolutely okay to give up your small blind.
I agree.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely is in that position.
Yeah.
Because if he's got anything at all in the short stack, he's moving in.
Yeah, well, unless you're trying to trap him too. So.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't. That's what we're saying.
Right.
With the hand he had. If you're going to...
Mark all in.
That was a good shove right there.
Yeah, well, Mark's just playing the percentages there.
Buttons on Mark. Mark to act first.
Wow. Mark's chip stack at this point, I mean, he was down to 600 or something.
I don't think he ever got that low. Oh, yeah, he did that one. That's right. And then he
Yeah,
had
that's
aces
when I
and
folded
aces.
my big blind because he was in for 600.
Mark has 82 now.
And what did he have? Aces that hand?
Yeah, and
Quadrupled
Rob,
up?
Rob with queens. Let's see how...
God damn it.
Oh, he gets a walk with queens.
Okay, again.
I was like,
I was like, oh, come on, shove. Of course, we saw how Queens held up against the shove before.
B million to act first.
Like Paul, seen a few.
No,
Like
no.
I can't call because he.
That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Somebody folding because they saw the future. I see him sucking out on it.
Rob will move all in
You're in
here
the
with
booth,
ace
so
8,
Paul,
I believe.
we're talking about that.
45.
Raised to 4,500. Mark folds.
Effectively an all-in with Mark's stack. When Mark plays, he's got to play for all of it.
Button on Robert.
I mean, there's no way he's going to call that much and not just get it in.
Because he sold $1 million.
Listen, don't you worry about it.
See if Mark tries to steal again here.
Mark calls.
He's showing weakness to Bobby. Let's see if he
B million
raises.
checks his option.
No, he doesn't. And B million flops second pair.
It's just hard when that second pair is only a 4.
1,200 bet by Bobby.
It's just so hard to make a pair heads up.
How much was that bet?
1,200.
1,200 was a bit.
What are the blinds? 8 or 12?
612.
So, Mark, did you really have cataract surgery? Is that what the glasses are? No. You bought those on purpose?
What are the blinds right now?
They're made to fit over eyeglasses.
Right. No, because I had to wear the same thing when I had my LASIK surgery.
Oh,
I had to
my
wear
dad, the cataract ones are like.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had some at home. I used to wear them just to enjoy it. I just like them because they fit over my glasses. for the most part.
Rob with the ace-6. Mark with an ace-8. We're gonna. I think we might see an all.
Mark all in.
Call.
I get a count.
59. 58.
I think Robert might try one more time to eliminate Mark.
Is that right?
I'm fairly certain
Robert
he
calls.
will.
Except
Yeah.
he's coming from behind you.
Mark,
Lots
What
of
type of
hearts.
screaming profanities do you think?
I was gonna call that out because it's a hard.
Yes, it's a lot of hearts.
And Mark.
Mark doubles up again. Fate of Robert again.
Fucking crabs, man.
How much did you have, Paul?
That is absolutely unreal.
58.
Oh, okay.
I had 82 just a little bit ago, but got blinded.
I'm up to.
One more
So is Mark 1 or 2 in chips?
Well, now it's going to be hard for me to double up.
Oh, he's still third?
It
He
looks
still
like
has
it.
a-
Yep.
He's got a nice stack though now.
He's got enough to make it hurt if he beats somebody.
Yeah.
He's got just over 12,000.
2 players. Robert to act first.
Rob flops top pair.
Both players check.
12.
And
Bet 1,200 by Robert.
absolutely nothing.
He's got just enough to let it go.
Mark folds.
No pair, no draw.
Nine minutes, 30 seconds left in the blinds.
Have you ever actually like seen $1 million? Like just had touched it or something? Or just not
Dude, why are you so weird? Like,
I
why
was
they
trying
call
to figure it out. For
why they call
friends.
you trained?
My last name's Train.
Okay, it's the same thing.
No, the last name is Miller. Sounds nothing like
They
Million.
call you B-Mill and then they just turn it into Mill.
Okay, I don't understand. Bobby.
I don't understand it either.
I don't
A
understand.
couple people from my friends were calling me that.
Probably have to walk here.
And then it just stuck.
Arguing about names at this point.
TV time's over.
Whatever, dude. Don't worry about that. I'll tell you in the interview after I ship this.
Would that make Robert's
It should be
name
B
pedophile?
billion anyway.
Right. Exactly.
I didn't make it up. That's the thing. If I made it up, it would be
You
getting
in South Boston, so that's the Roman
I
city.
think we can see Rob, Rays, and Mark might get it all in here again.
Action on Mark to act first.
Oh, Mark.
Mark raises to 3,600.
Your wife bought it for you, remember? From the car, so pretty.
Robert calls.
36 is a bet.
Robert checks in the dark.
There's your
And Mark's going to ship it here, I think. Yeah.
Mark pushes all in. Robert folds.
Ace King with the King of Hearts. King of Hearts. King 10. King of Hearts. They had hearts. There's no way to do it.
Bobby to act first.
Hey, you're getting up there now.
I'm going to go sit on the rail, guys.
I'm just getting short.
All right, have fun.
Actually, I'm going to ship these.
Thank you.
Everything's on this. Oh, what? What? Oh,
18-5.
19?
You have 19? Or do you have 21?
Rob with an A7, Mark with 10s. We will probably see a big hand here.
Robert all in. Call by Mark.
That's her.
Ace 7 versus 10s. Queen on the river. Gives it to Mark.
Doubles up.
Mark does not have Robert covered, so Robert's still in the game.
Mark doubles up again through Rob.
Oh, and I got aces.
Tell Paul that's what happens when you know how to play the short stack.
I'm not saying that.
I think there's no way you can take first though.
Oh, really?
Because we're gonna get so close. Oh, you're only gonna see.
Oh, I'm passing Dan, but
You're past Dan.
yeah, okay.
5.
There. I call.
Calls.
Check.
Bobby checks his option.
Bobby turns a gut shot. Or Mark turns a gut
Mark,
shot, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Bobby takes it down.
I don't think you'll see those two get too out of line with each other.
I don't know why I was
Mark Dak first.
No, I can't really tango with you.
I think you'll see Mark raise up here with Queen 10.
Calls it.
Well, just a
Mark
call.
calls. Robert checks.
Robert checks. 28.
Robert has 27 back.
$1,200 bet by Mark. Robert folds. B million to act first.
B million with Ace Jack suited. And nobody with anything to play.
Raise to 3,000.
Oh, Moskowitz.
Bobby takes it down.
Better than Moskowitz to do a Bobby.
What's wrong with me?
Not unless it's in the morning. It's usually good in the morning.
You have a good Bobby in the morning?
Good 20-minute Bobby. Read the paper.
Read the paper, right? By the time you get out, all that's left
Hey,
is
just know
comics.
that I Bobby all over Paul's game.
See if Mark raises his king here. Just call.
I know, I'm just sorry I wanted you out so bad that I called with the 9-9.
Call by Mark.
Yeah, I've got a feeling these guys are not going to get too out of line with each other. Mark with two pairs.
Mark checks.
We know, okay?
Mark checks. Both players check.
I think this late in the game, Bobby's very, very few mistakes are going to help him out.
Well, he doesn't want to tangle with the other.
Mark bet 2,000. Bobby folded.
Now. With Robbie and Sir, I think these two are just going to play each other very cautious. It's a smart thing to do.
Told you. So I mean, it's in my jeans.
No reason to really tangle unless you get huge hands.
In my jeans.
Robert has most of his chips in the middle at the moment.
Bobby in my jeans before.
Action on Mark.
And Rob with Ace Jack. 3 million might be doubling him up here.
Oh, that sucks.
Jack 8 versus Ace Jack.
Bobby hoping for a jack here. Or an 8.
An 8, yeah.
Yeah, you should have.
Definitely not doing so hot on the cards today.
Should have left it then I would do it all. Three-way. Now I have to rely on my suck out skills. 9, queen. That's fine.
And
You're
Oh, man.
Rob really sucks out.
Yeah.
You're shocked today.
blackjack with Bobby.
No, I would get.
Not surprised.
And Rob doubles up to stay alive.
Yeah, I'm surprised they did.
That was so Bobby like that.
I know. I was supposed to hold. Well, I was supposed to hold the sixes, not get straight out, and that never happens to me.
1 minute left in the blinds.
Mark with the ace.
Robert folds.
Good thing Rob didn't make a move there because I'm fairly certain Mark would have
I
called.
think Mark showed an ace to Robert.
Yes, he did.
Robert attacked first. Round 3,000 in chips. Or 4,000, no. Which is there, Train?
36.
36 kids.
All right, 3,600 all in for Robert. Both players fold.
Even though I should be calling
Takes the
it,
blinds.
Both players folded better hands, too.
Absolutely.
Last hand at 600, 1,200.
He just increased his chip stack. Blinds.
Well, not really. We're all pretty.
If I go in and mark it, it records as private for some reason, so I'll have to just
Should see Mark
uncheck it,
raise
so I can have it immediately for you.
It's on YouTube as well. It's a lot quicker.
I have to upload it.
Oh, okay. Because I noticed the last one. was
Raise
something
25 by Mark.
I'm getting better at it.
I like it. I always watch it.
Thanks, buddy.
Whenever they come available. That's why I developed a strategy.
8 and 16.
Hey, you're sitting at the final table.
Yeah. Well, something must be working for me now.
Congratulations on making it to the final table.
Thank you.
Everyone here is so
Folks
proud
at
of your
home,
skills.
200 players started this event.
I think we might see
All in.
and a call.
Robert all in.
Mark's going to call with ace jack.
That calls. It's 26.
Mark calls.
We got it? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Ace 9 versus ace jack. Mark ahead
See
at
if
the
Robert
moment.
can catch the miracle 9.
I don't mean it like
No, I
Ooh, in the window.
Oh,
And the jack.
And the jack, yeah.
amazing. Oh, yeah! Jack one time. Jack one time.
Oh,
Dude, you're getting the best
Cannot
stuff.
Robert lives to fight another day.
Does in fact win the
That's the second time he's hit for a tournament like on clutch.
I think all three of you hit your turn.
No, I think he just folds too much. Stuff like that can't happen to you when you fold.
Yeah, that's why I'm out, because they fold every hand.
It is. You blinded yourself out.
No.
Should have been jamming all the time.
Big Bob, big.
First stack is Robert.
Way more.
See, you took calling up here. I think you did it.
There it is.
That's a first.
Four straight.
First time you ever raised my big one. Yeah.
Mark takes it down with a raise.
All right.
Oh.
Raise. I moved that one.
15 minutes, 30 seconds left in the blinds.
He's as mad as he went in the last time the best hand and beat him.
Not basketball.
Mark folded. Bobby folded.
9 on the
Rob
turn.
with the wall.
Both hit our card. 9 in the window.
The game's so sick. I mean, because you saw the 9 on the window, and then the jack's underneath. I think the card saw Bobby was in the hand.
Well, if I was in hand, I would have had a queen. And that queen down there.
Bobby Dak first.
Mark with ace jack.
Bobby all in for 16,100.
I think Mark is going to call here.
16-1.
Not 1,600, 16,000.
16,000.
You had a pair in it.
I love it.
Piece it together, Mark. Just think it out. If he was that big, would he do that?
Calls.
You weren't
He
supposed
says he
to
has
call
to
there.
call and
Yeah.
does.
You're not supposed to call there. You're never supposed to call there. Not with my shit stack.
No,
Look at his.
it's okay.
That's alright.
Take him back.
Oh,
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, we can take it
We'll
back.
run him out.
No, you're never supposed to
You
call
want
there.
to fold now?
Seemed like there were years.
See how that horse
I
is
think
working.
absolutely he's supposed to call there, whether he wins or loses.
If I hit, well, I'm not gonna hit, but if I hit,
You're right. I mean,
good hand.
No, he absolutely is supposed to call there. They just didn't make any sense to raise that
That
much.
should have been a game changer.
It was. You're out.
And Bobby eliminated
Bobby out.
in third place today.
Who's been first in the league?
Down to 2 players. Button in front of Robert.
Buddy's gonna change
Mark,
right
pull
now.
up.
Go.
Did you guys pull one card?
Mark gets a button.
I believe Mark has a pretty nice chip lead right now.
The suck out team's there. The suck out team's a lot
Not
of
to change your seats, just give me another 3 inches.
I hear the horseshoes are clanking. Do a song.
Mark with 9-4. Rob with Jack 4.
Rob checks.
Rob checks top pair.
21.
Mark bets 2,100.
Hello, everybody.
All
Hey,
in by
how
Robert.
you doing, Bobby?
I'm all right.
7-1.
So,
Probably bad timing there with the 10-7.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what were you thinking there? You just trying to steal blind?
I was trying to steal blinds, and I figured Mark could never call
Mark calls.
with his stack because it's most of his stack compared to Rob only having like 6,000 or something.
Robert ahead.
Because
at
if he
the
calls
moment.
and loses, even if he's flipping, you know.
2 pair for Mark. Oh, for both. Yeah.
And that. Oh,
Whew. Game over.
oh no.
Double
that
up?
was
No,
two
he's
pair.
doubling
They
up.
both had
Yeah.
fours.
Yep.
Yep. Robert doubles up.
Yeah, so I don't know. I thought like in typical sit and go scenarios, like he should never want to call there for most of his stack to give me the major chip lead to take
Do you
first.
really see this as a typical signal?
No, I just.
Well, and another,
I mean-
it was such a big raise. I didn't think it made that
Well, because
much sense.
what the raise?
Yeah, because if you were that
Well,
good,
because if I was that good, I want Rob. He has no choice but to shove. So if he wakes up with a hand, I'm definitely getting his chips and I'm knocking Mark out so that he doesn't have a choice to call if he doesn't have that hand.
Next on
But
Robert.
he just woke up with the top of his range, so I can't complain. I can't complain about the call, but
Right.
I'm saying from his standpoint, it probably wasn't the best time to call there with our chip stack because.
Just for him to commit his whole stack.
Well, yeah,
you
because
know.
I mean, either way, I mean, yeah, he has me crushed pre-flop, but if a 10 would have came on the flop, that would have been so devastating for the tournament because now I have both of them crushed and I can just pretty much run over the table. And if he's trying to survive and he's thinking about points and stuff, he definitely wants to try to keep all his chips. But
Yes,
it
Action
worked
mark.
out.
it's definitely a points game at this point when you get down to 3 players and trying to play
4,000 straight by
with,
Mark.
I think 7 more games after this.
Yeah, we're on game 5. Yeah. So I'm not mad about it. I mean, it's still a great call regardless because he knows I'm going to be
Robert
shoving
calls.
there a lot. But for that many chips, I feel it sucks for me because I could have wrote it out. But
It always sucks after the fact.
yeah, I don't mind my shove though. I mean, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of folds a lot there, and I haven't been shoving the button as much as I usually do.
right.
Especially today, I've been folding a lot of buttons
Both
because of
players
my
check.
seat. I have a short stack on the left. Sorry.
Your phone up, Bobby.
5,000 bet by Mark.
See if Robert makes a call here on the draw.
I would not be surprised if he did. He likes to call during, especially gut shots.
All in 15,000.
Robert all in 15,000.
See if Mark can end this right here with this call. With just a pair of 3s, it's so hard though.
10 on the dot.
Robert doesn't bet the flop. Doesn't raise pre-flop.
Doesn't bet the turn.
Doesn't bet the turn. Let's Mark bet. And let's see if Mark can make the call of the day here.
Nope. No, he ain't making it.
No.
Yeah, that's really the kind of hand you put Rob on there. He does that a lot.
First act is Robert.
Moo raise.
I think Mark will make the call here.
Absolutely.
Mark calls 3,200.
That'll work. I got it.
Rob with second pair.
Robert says 70. How much?
64. What do you say? Count what more?
Yeah, I got it.
64, and Mark went all in.
$17,600. 17,700.
Well, we've got Rob with second pair. Mark went all in with top pair. Check
Rob
raised
could,
him all
in
in.
fact, go runner for a flush here. Settle down out there, Tony.
Yeah.
I just don't. I
was
see
enjoying
Rob
your
calling
commentary.
there against Mark.
What's that?
Mark has been playing very tight.
And
Robert
Robert
calls.
makes
Oh. Good game.
Yeah.
Well, he's been running hot
I was
though.
gonna say, the way he's been
Robert
running
will, in
all
fact, have
night,
chips
too.
after this hand.
All night.
He's gonna go the runner.
Nice hand.
Oh, I thought it was close.
I did too.
Mark's like,
Oh.
15, 16, 17, 6.
17-6.
17, 7.
Good? No, I got like 700 left.
Robert has
That's,
1,700.
it's gonna be very hard for
700.
comeback to happen here.
Yeah.
Unless you're me. If I was
Well,
sitting there,
yes,
it's
right.
very
If
possible.
anybody could
Suck
do
out
it,
King
I
Bobby
think
Miller.
it's-
B million, as they call you.
As Paul
B-mill.
Moskowitz likes to say, the luckiest man in poker.
Hey, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Paul Moskowitz plays a very good game from the rail.
There were a few times that I actually had the luck be out on the opposite end today. I think I made some pretty good calls.
You're
there was
automatically
a couple
on
times that I made some bad calls too. That ace queen hand when
Dealing at face up.
Ed had the jacks was a rough
Is the
one.
button supposed to get the first card?
Yes.
Is the button right?
Did I give him the
Yes.
first card?
You
The button is
gave
correct.
Mark the first card.
Oh.
It was in fact a
He
misdeal.
dealt you first.
Right, yes, it was a mid. Good catch.
Oh my
there.
bad.
I would have been fine with it because, I really would have been because it was,
My fault. Sorry, guys.
it wouldn't have changed.
So they would have had Jack 3 and 8-6, possibly.
They would have. Those cards didn't come off.
No,
No.
the deck would have been swapped.
Yeah.
Mark would have had Jack 8 to Rob's 3-6.
Oh yeah,
Here we
makes
go.
sense.
Good luck again, Rob.
Oh, this isn't any bad. What the hell?
Oh, that sixes hand. That's what really swayed the tournament.
Give him 5,
4-6
5,
versus
7,
Line 'em out, guys.
5,
Rob
7,
gets
8.
there. Straight.
4-6 versus 7-8.
This should
They
be
are
fun.
in fact heads up. Robert all in. With a extra 3 on the flop.
Yeah, I'm
shown.
not sure where that came from.
Trainer, there are 2 cards under that ace. The ace of spades.
There's nothing underneath that card, guys.
3, 4, 5, 6. I got a 4 card straight.
Because we do in fact have an ace, queen, ace, 3, king showing on the
Whatever
board.
you want, that's the flop.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure where that 3 diamonds came from.
And
Good game, though.
Mark
Does
wins
in fact
another
take
one.
the hand. The 8 does play.
Weird.
We just another miscue on the cards here.
Third win of the season for Mark. That'll put him in
Yeah, I see
first
that.
place.
We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Chase the
Did you-
Bracelet,
maybe your
episode
hand-
5, season number
I
4.
didn't see your hand go
Join
over
us
the
again
top.
next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Chris Ward.
Paul
Ace of
Boston.
Spades was
For
way
Tony and PJ Price and the rest of Chase the Bracelet, we'll see you next week.
You sure when you flop them out, you have your deck over?
No, the deck was way back behind. Back
That's
there.
so weird. Does it show when you flop the flop? It showed the flop and the turn right away.
Yeah. Well, I read 4 cards for some reason.
Way to come back, man.
He's a hero!